Chosen one, stop, take a breath. This is not just another video you happen to scroll past. This moment is a divine interruption. If these words have reached you, it is because God Himself is cutting through the noise, the distractions, the voices around you, and saying, listen to me. There is something you are doing, something you are about to do, or something you are heavily considering. A relationship, a decision, a move, a conversation, a secret plan in your heart. And God is saying, stop now. I am not pleased with this direction. This is not a gentle suggestion. This is not a soft tap on the shoulder. This is a spiritual emergency. Your spirit has already felt it. That sudden heaviness in your chest, that knot in your stomach, that quiet uneasiness that you tried to brush off. The atmosphere around you has shifted. That is not simple anxiety. That is revelation. God has been trying to warn you. Today, the warning is no longer subtle. Heaven is raising its voice in your life. The choice you are about to make may look harmless at the surface, but underneath it carries spiritual danger. There are forces pushing you forward, hoping you ignore this moment, hoping you dismiss this as just a feeling. If you keep going the way you are going, you might step outside the covering and protection that God has placed over your life. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91 verse 1. When you move outside His guidance, you step out from under His shadow. Before we go further, if your spirit confirms this word, act on it now. Like this message as your agreement. Subscribe so you don't miss what God is speaking next. Drop your city and nation in the comments so the remnant across the world can rise together. And for those who are supporting us by giving into this ministry, whether through the Super Thanks feature, know this. You are not just giving, you are partnering. We are collaborators in this divine assignment. You are sealing your obedience. Your seed is your yes. Your prophetic declaration that says, Lord, I'm listening and I will obey. May your seed rise as a memorial before heaven. May it speak louder than your hesitation. May it open doors of remembrance where you were once forgotten, because this word, this one, is not casual. It's divine repetition, and it's heaven's final nudge before manifestation. Understand this clearly. Not everyone who starts this message will finish it. Some will click away because their hearts are not ready to face truth. But if you are still here, it is because something deep inside of you knows this is for me. God is talking to me. Your soul recognizes danger before your mind can explain it. Your obedience to listen is already a victory. Stay with me until the very end, because what you hear in these next moments can save you from decisions that would have cost you years of progress, peace, and purpose. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Jeremiah 29:11. God is stepping into your plans right now to protect those plans. There comes a moment in every chosen life when God's voice is not vague, not confusing, but unmistakable. It sounds like an alarm in your spirit. He is not trying to terrify you. He is trying to stop a collapse that could alter the course of your destiny. Right now, there are choices you are making, conversations you are entertaining, and paths you are touching that look harmless but are quietly pulling you toward spiritual danger. Imagine yourself walking on a bridge that seems solid, painted nicely, well presented, but inside the structure there are deep cracks. One more step in the wrong place and everything gives way beneath you. God's warning is that lifeline, He is reaching for your hand before you take that next step. The Bible says, "Watch and pray that you enter not into temptation." Matthew 26:41. God is telling you to watch right now, not later, not after the damage, but now. You cannot afford to be spiritually asleep in this moment of your life. Too often we underestimate the war taking place in the invisible realm around us. Just because your life looks calm on the surface does not mean your soul is safe. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. Ephesians 6:12. There are spiritual strategies, good and evil, being formed around your choices right now. The people around you might smile at you, encourage you, compliment you. They may seem supportive on the outside, yet their intentions, their spirits, their motives might not be aligned with what God intends for you. The openness of your heart, your willingness to share, your desire to trust might be feeding not only healthy connections, but also envy, jealousy, and hidden agendas. This is why God's tone with you right now is urgent. It is not a polite suggestion to be careful. It is a command from a loving Father. He is saying, pull back before you hand over what I gave you into the wrong hands. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. Guarding your heart includes guarding your words, your plans, and your access. Spiritual collapse does not always look like a loud, obvious crash. Sometimes it looks like a slow leak. Your energy gets drained, your passion becomes dull, your opportunities quietly slip away. Doors that were once open start to creak shut for no clear reason. You think it is just life, but in reality, your openness has let interference into your path. Obedience to God's warning is the difference between spiritual devastation and supernatural protection. God is saying, stop, take a breath, pray, reassess, before you text that person back, before you share that detail, before you sign that agreement, before you move toward that relationship. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. Your future, your blessings, and your spiritual direction are being shaped by the decisions you are making right now in this season. Every choice leaves an imprint on your destiny. Something that feels small today, like sharing too much, trusting too quickly, or stepping into a situation without praying first, can grow into a chain reaction that affects years of your life. God sees what you cannot see. He sees the invisible threads connecting people, places, and events. He knows the plans of the enemy and the traps set by those whose hearts are clouded by envy, insecurity, or self-interest. What looks innocent to you today may become a wall blocking your breakthrough tomorrow. Think of how many people have lost favor, positions, relationships, or opportunities simply because they trusted the wrong ear with the right information. Dreams that were once alive and vibrant have withered because they were exposed too early to people who could not carry them. Jesus himself said, "Do not give what is holy to dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine." Matthew 7:6. What you reveal prematurely can be stolen, delayed, twisted, or completely hijacked. God is alerting you that your next move must not be careless, emotional, or driven by the need for attention. It must be strategic, guarded, and aligned with His timing, not your impatience. Avoid the trap of thinking that sharing more always means growing more. The world loves transparency for entertainment, but the kingdom of God values discretion for protection. Not every thought needs to be spoken. Not every idea needs to be posted. Not every plan needs an audience. Every conversation you have, especially about your dreams and your struggles, carries spiritual weight. Words are seeds. When you plant them in the wrong soil, they do not grow, they die. Or worse, they grow into something distorted. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 18:21. What you say and where you say it either nourishes your future or exposes it. Guard your tomorrow by protecting your today. Retreat for a moment. Reflect. Ask God, who should I be talking to and who should I be silent around? What you choose to keep between you and God in this season can save you from pain, delay, and invisible interference. Trust is a holy thing, but the wrong person can wear the costume of loyalty while secretly plotting against your destiny. This is a warning from God. Not everyone in your inner circle is truly for you. Some are watching, questioning, and tracking your every move with a hidden agenda. They may clap for you publicly while rolling their eyes privately. They are drawn to your light, not to honor it, but to figure out how to cover it. The danger is not just in their presence, but in your vulnerability to them. Oversharing your plans, your dreams, your battles with someone whose heart is contaminated with envy is like handing them a blueprint for sabotage. Imagine the seed of your greatest vision being placed out in the open during a storm. The wind beats it, the rain overwhelms it, and it never stands a chance to become what it was meant to be. That is what happens when fragile dreams are exposed to people who are not assigned to protect them. God is warning you that someone close to you is watching more than you realize. They know your patterns, they know your triggers, they sense your next moves. They've even heard some of your prayers because you shared them. They are waiting for the right moment to interfere. This is not to make you paranoid, it is to make you wise. Ask yourself, who truly celebrates my growth? Who is genuinely joyful when I move forward? Who seems uncomfortable, critical, or strangely silent when I win? God is sharpening your discernment. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously. James 1:5. You are not called to fear people, but you are commanded to test spirits. Take note of the people who drain you instead of energizing you. Pay attention to the ones who always need information from you, but rarely share what is really inside them. God is urging you to protect your spirit from subtle manipulation, to build stronger boundaries, and to reserve intimate access for those he has truly approved. Openness is beautiful when it is directed by God. It becomes dangerous when it is reckless. Your words carry spiritual power, and in the wrong atmosphere, that power can be turned against you. Every secret you share, every plan you describe, every wound you confess is an opening. In the right hands, it is an opening for healing, prayer, and support. In the wrong hands, it is an opening for gossip, control, jealousy, and spiritual warfare. God is sending you a clear directive in this season. Silence is not optional, it is essential. Think of your dreams as fragile seedlings. If you expose them to harsh wind, constant touching, and unprotected soil, they will never grow tall. They must be planted deep, protected and watered carefully. Your spiritual vision is the same. It is vulnerable when discussed in casual environments with people who are spiritually careless. There are those who live on gossip. They are energized by other people's mistakes. They enjoy competing quietly with those they secretly admire. Your openness has given some of these people too much access. By choosing silence, you create a shield around your destiny. It is not about hiding in fear. It is about protecting what is holy. This is not only a survival tactic, it is a spiritual strategy. He who guards his mouth preserves his life, but he who opens wide his lips shall have destruction. Proverbs 13:3. There are seasons when God calls you to speak boldly, and there are seasons when he commands you to be quiet and let him work. Go quieter in your conversations. Go quieter in your social media. Go quieter in the people you allow into your inner space. Guard your words, guard your plans, guard your heart. God is positioning you for elevation, and elevation requires discretion. God's anger in this moment is not the anger of a cold judge. It is the protective anger of a father who sees danger approaching his child. He is grieved because you have allowed energies, conversations, and intentions into parts of your life that should have remained sacred. Spirits of envy, competition, and opposition have been welcomed, even if unintentionally, by your openness and your desire to be understood. You did not mean to invite them, but they came through the doorway of unguarded access. You must understand, every human interaction has a spiritual counterpart. When you allow a gossiping spirit into your space, you also invite the demonic forces attached to that gossip. When you tolerate manipulation, you allow spiritual oppression to linger near your purpose. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walks about, seeking whom he may devour. 1 Peter 5:8. These battles behind the scenes might be invisible to your natural eyes, but their effects are painfully real. Delay that you cannot explain, opportunities that slip through your fingers, confusion in your emotions, drained motivation, constant distraction just when you're about to move forward. None of this is random. God is calling for immediate action because the stakes are too high. This is a time to reclaim your spiritual authority. Pray with intensity. Retreat with intention. Cut off access where God is pointing. He is not asking you to hate anyone, but he is instructing you to protect the sacred space where your calling lives. God is not asking you to isolate permanently from everyone. He is inviting you to sanctify your circle, to separate the holy from the harmful. The enemy loves wide open doors and careless conversations. God moves most powerfully through obedience and alignment. Right now, traps are forming in places that looked safe. A relationship you trusted is being quietly poisoned by jealousy. An opportunity that seemed perfect is hiding compromise. God is saying, retreat. Step back. Let me show you what you cannot see yet. Retreating is not losing. It is stepping into God's shield. Think of a parent grabbing their child and pulling them backward just before a car speeds by. The child might feel yanked, confused, even upset, but that pull saved their life. In the same way, God's sudden halt in your plans is not to punish you, but to protect you from what you do not see. Many people have ignored God's warning signs out of pride, impatience, or the fear of missing out. They kept talking, kept moving, kept oversharing, and then wondered why doors slammed shut or why peace disappeared. Those who listened, those who paused and obeyed, later saw that God saved them from disaster. Retreat does not mean you are done. It means you are being repositioned. God is rearranging details behind the scenes so that when you move again, you move with favor, clarity, and protection. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Psalm 37:23. Allow him to reorder your steps now. Your words have power, but they can also betray you when spoken at the wrong time. Each time you reveal your next move too early, you hand your enemy a map of your future. Those who are not happy about your progress will quietly use that information to slow you down, to compete, or to tear you down. The enemy rarely attacks with obvious horns and fire. He prefers quiet manipulation, half-truths, misplaced trust, subtle comparison, and spiritual fatigue. One careless conversation can trigger a wave of confusion in your life. One unwise confession to the wrong person can become a weapon later. God is telling you that your next steps must be hidden in Him until they are fully rooted. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Stillness does not mean doing nothing. It means refusing to move outside His voice. Silence is now part of your armor. This is your moment to reclaim control over your destiny with God's help. Speak only what He gives you to speak. Share only what He gives you peace to share. Keep your plans between you and Him until He says, "Now it is time." The enemy cannot stop what God has ordained, but he can distract, delay, and damage if you keep giving him open access. The hardest battles often come from the closest places. God is revealing a painful truth. Someone in your inner circle, someone you trust, someone you would never suspect, may be secretly undermining your growth. They may be sowing doubt in small ways, questioning your decisions in subtle tones, or lightly mocking your faith when you are not looking. This is not imagination. This is spiritual reality. Often betrayal is wrapped in concern. Sabotage can sound like advice. Control can look like friendship. But slowly, over time, your confidence erodes, your fire dims, and your momentum stalls. That is not from God. Scripture shows us again and again that hidden betrayal can change destinies. Joseph's brothers threw him into a pit. Judas betrayed Jesus with a kiss. Samson confided in Delilah and lost his strength. These were not strangers. They were people inside the circle. God is giving you discernment now so that you can identify these patterns before they destroy what He is building. Recognizing sabotage is not about condemnation, it is about preservation. You have a right under God to protect your calling. Take action through prayer. Ask the Holy Spirit to shine a light on every hidden agenda around you. Choose silence over oversharing. Watch behavior, not just words. By their fruits you shall know them. Matthew 7:20. Remove special access from anyone whose intentions remain confusing or heavy. God is not only exposing the hidden enemy, He is also giving you the wisdom to navigate this season safely. The truth might hurt, but your obedience will secure your destiny. The forces that tried to steal your blessing will be exposed and disarmed. Sometimes progress feels urgent. You feel like you are behind. You want to catch up quickly, so you push ahead, talk more, share more, run faster. God is placing a spiritual stop sign in front of you right now. He is saying, "You are about to step into territory I have not approved." Crossing that line without His permission can bring spiritual backlash, confusion, and loss of favor. Think of it like driving into deep water without a guide. On the surface, it looks calm. Underneath, there is a hidden current that pulls everything under. God is drawing your attention to conversations that went too far, connections that left you spiritually drained, and actions you took without praying first. These are red flags, not to shame you, but to save you. Faith is not only about moving forward, it is also about knowing when to pause. Patience is not weakness, it is spiritual strength. Obedience is not about control, it is about alignment. When God says, stop, He is protecting something valuable in you. Pausing is not passive, it is proactive. Take time to reassess. Take time to pray. Take time to disconnect from voices that push you faster than God is pushing you. By honoring this divine stop sign, you create a spiritual shield around your life. You preserve what God is building. You expose traps that were almost invisible. You give yourself room for God to move. What feels like delay is often divine advantage. Your life is a collection of divine assignments, sacred moments, and God-given gifts. Every step you take has consequences. Right now, God is warning you that your destiny is at risk if you continue on this current path without checking in with Him. There are forces that thrive on distraction, deception, and premature revelation. If you do not retreat, you may face delays that never had to happen, attacks that could have been avoided, frustration of seeing your efforts undone. Think about how many people were close to breakthroughs, but a single careless word, a secret shared too soon, or a step taken into the wrong environment created a setback that took years to recover from. God sees the pitfalls long before you do. He is reaching out saying, "Let me redirect you now before it costs you more." This is the time to fortify your spiritual defenses. Pray more intentionally. Fast if God leads you. Distance yourself from drama. Let gossip die without your participation. By stepping back, you give God room to restructure the path ahead. You allow Him to reveal hidden adversaries and restore strength you did not realize you lost. Your dreams and visions are sacred treasures. The world is full of eyes that do not understand them, hearts that resent them, and spirits that want to distort them. God is warning you that some of the people around you right now are not celebrating your calling, they are studying it. Every time you reveal your vision prematurely, you risk handing tools to someone who would rather compete with you than support you. Imagine planting a seed only to have someone secretly dig it up. That is what happens when your ideas are exposed to people who cannot handle them without jealousy. Spiritual alertness is required now more than ever. Ask God to surround your calling with fire. As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds His people. Psalm 125, verse 2. Keep the most sensitive parts of your purpose within the circle of God's approval, not just human applause. Protection begins with your choices. Stop oversharing. Stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Surround yourself with those whose presence brings peace, not pressure. Guard what God has entrusted to you. Do not allow someone else's envy to write your story. Words are not just sounds, they are spiritual containers. Every time you speak, you are either building or breaking, opening doors or closing them. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord. Psalm 19:14. God is warning you that your own words may be weakening your position. Your next moves, your blessings, and even your spiritual authority are being shaped by the conversations you have. The enemy listens. He watches your patterns. He waits for leaks in your spiritual protection. That leak might be a careless complaint, a confession in the wrong place, or a desire shared with someone unsafe. Sharing your plans too soon, doubting out loud in the wrong space, or seeking validation from a person who is not led by God can drain your spiritual authority. A powerful idea spoken in a hostile atmosphere can empower the wrong spirits while weakening your confidence. God is reminding you that your energy is precious, your purpose is sacred, and your words are weapons. You are being called to discipline. Speak less, pray more. Hold your tongue when your flesh wants to explain. Let your silence frustrate the enemy. Observe more, listen more. Speak when God nudges you, not when fear pushes you. By controlling the flow of information around you, you reclaim authority that has been leaking out slowly over time. You reinforce the armor around your destiny. Secrets are sacred. Once revealed to the wrong person, they become dangerous. God is alerting you that a critical moment may have already happened. You might have shared a sensitive vision, a personal weakness, or a strategic plan with someone who did not have your best interest at heart. It felt harmless. You thought they were safe. But that conversation opened a door. Spiritual enemies love information. They work through human vessels to twist, delay, and block blessings. Partnerships break, opportunities disappear, relationships become complicated, and you cannot figure out why. Often, the root was one unwise disclosure. God's warning is clear. Examine your interactions. Ask Him to highlight conversations that were not wise. Pray over every word you have spoken. Ask Him to cover, cleanse, and close every doorway that your words may have opened. Delay amplifies danger. Obedience now neutralizes it. Your response must be intentional. Reclaim your privacy. Stop explaining your every move. Treat your future as a holy assignment, not public entertainment. Pray over your plans like they are sacred relics, because they are. This is not paranoia, it is spiritual strategy. Divine timing is everything. God is calling you into strategic withdrawal, not as punishment, but as preparation. When you step back and go quiet, heaven starts to reveal what has been hidden. He will expose the hands working against you, reveal the envy hiding behind fake smiles, and illuminate the paths that are truly safe. Your obedience to go silent puts you in position to move later with clarity, authority, and peace. This quiet season is holy. It may feel like nothing is happening, but in the spirit, everything is being rearranged in your favor. God is strengthening your shield. He is severing invisible cords. He is opening new doors that you cannot see yet. All things work together for good to them that love God. Romans 8:28. What feels like a pause is actually intervention. You are being shielded from harm you do not even know was coming. God, in His mercy, is guiding you through a dark valley toward a brighter place. Your assignment is simple but powerful. Step back, go quiet, and trust Him. Avoid unnecessary explanations. You do not owe everyone a reason for your silence. Hold your plans close. Pray over them. Ask God, who is truly for me? Who is secretly against me? What are my next safe steps? By embracing this divine pause, you secure your future. You ensure that enemies are unmasked before they can strike. You guarantee that your blessings will arrive intact and unstoppable. This is the final and most urgent call of this message. Obedience is your shield. Withdrawal is your weapon. Silence is your armor. The level of protection you walk in is connected to how quickly and how fully you respond to God right now. Every moment you hesitate, every nudge you ignore, every red flag you brush aside gives the enemy another chance to interfere. The devil thrives on impatience, on oversharing, on trust placed in the wrong hands. God thrives in an obedient heart that says, "Yes, Lord, I hear you." Pull back from risky conversations. Retreat from relationships that leave you feeling spiritually empty. Secure your visions, your plans, and your dreams inside the presence of God. He shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall trust. Psalm 91, verse 4. What you do today with this warning will shape the blessings of your tomorrow. God's hand is ready to guard you, restore you, and elevate you, but he will not force you. He invites, he warns, he leads, and then he waits for your choice. See this moment as God drawing a circle of safety around you. He is saying, step into this circle. Trust me, let me separate you from what is draining you. Withdrawal is not retreat from your purpose. It is preparation for your victory. Silence protects your spiritual energy. It shields your breakthroughs. It keeps the enemy from gathering enough information to form an effective attack. Your obedience today secures your destiny, exposes hidden enemies, and ensures that your blessings arrive pure and complete. Not every connection that looks good is God-sent. Not every open door is a divine door. God is intervening in your life to prevent a partnership, relationship, or alliance that looks promising but hides danger. The person you feel drawn to might have charm, influence, or opportunity, but their spirit might not be aligned with your destiny. God's blockage is mercy, not rejection. Many confuse opportunity with approval. They rush into what glitters, forgetting that not everything that shines is from heaven. God sees motives you cannot see, conversations you will never hear, private patterns you do not know about. What feels harmless right now could become a major obstacle tomorrow. Walking away may hurt your feelings in the moment, but it will save your future. When you step back from what God did not approve, you create room for the right people, the right doors, and the right timing. Resist the urge to force anything in this season. Do not push your way into rooms God is closing. Do not cling to people God is distancing. Do not chase opportunities that require you to ignore his warnings. Your obedience is more valuable than any offer on the table. God has entrusted you with gifts, influence, and spiritual authority. Constant access, constant giving, constant pouring without boundaries has drained you. People may pull on you emotionally, financially, spiritually, and you have tried to help them all. But an unguarded giver becomes an exhausted warrior. God is calling you to set holy boundaries. Your time is valuable. Your attention is precious. Your presence carries weight. Do not let anyone have unlimited access to what God intended to be guided by him. Jesus himself would withdraw from the crowds to pray alone. If the Son of God stepped away to be restored, so must you. Not every opportunity is yours. Not every request must be answered. God is closing certain doors to protect you from wasted years and spiritual compromise. Respect those closures. Trust his timing. Red flags are not random, they are mercy. That uneasy feeling, that pause in your spirit, that whisper saying something is off, is God saying, pay attention, danger is ahead. Do not keep calling red flags challenges to push through. Some are, but many are warnings to walk away. Often, humans mistake red flags for challenges to overcome, believing perseverance alone will bring success. But persistence without discernment can lead to delay, spiritual loss, and unnecessary pain. God is not punishing you. He is trying to protect you from paths that lead away from your destiny. Every ignored red flag allows interference, deception, or sabotage to take root. Chosen one, this is your moment. God is speaking clearly. He is saying, pull back, guard your words, protect your vision, test your circle. Honor my timing. If this message is burning in your spirit, type 99 in the comments as your declaration. Lord, I hear you and I obey. Then, pray with me in your own words after this simple prayer. Father, open my eyes. Show me every trap, every false friend, every dangerous door. Give me courage to retreat, strength to be silent, and wisdom to protect what you've given me. I choose your will over my feelings. I choose obedience over approval. Cover my future, redeem my past, and guide my next step. In Jesus' name, you are not alone. Heaven is fighting for you. God is not trying to take from you. He is trying to save you. Obey his warning, and you will look back one day and say, "That was the moment God rescued my destiny."